Here are the most recent deaths in the national news, as reported at Legacy.com in the second week of July 2024. Legacy.com is where you can find any obituary or publish an obituary in any newspaper in America and beyond. Football player Kyrie Jackson died July 6, 2024 in Maryland. He died in a car accident at the age of 24, along with two of his former high school football teammates, Isaiah Hazel and Anthony Litton Jr. He was a fourth-round pick for the Minnesota Vikings in the 2024 draft, and he was poised to begin his NFL career this fall. Jackson is also being remembered for his college football career at the University of Alabama and the University of Oregon. Actress and writer Judy Belushi-Pisano died July 5, 2024 of cancer at the age of 73. She was the widow of John Belushi, and she appeared with him in the hit movies National Lampoon's Animal House and The Blues Brothers. Belushi-Pisano is being remembered for preserving her late husband's legacy as the co-owner of the Blues Brothers brand and author of the memoir Samurai Widow. Actor Doug Sheehan died June 29, 2024 in Bighorn, Wyoming at the age of 75. He was a soap opera star of the 1980s, known for his roles on General Hospital and Knots Landing. Sheehan is also being remembered for his performances on such TV shows as Day by Day, Clueless, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. A note to remember, sometimes personal information, such as someone's cause of death, is not announced immediately by their family or the authorities. When a cause of death has not been officially confirmed, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Producer Jon Landau died July 5, 2024 in Los Angeles. He died of cancer at the age of 63. He worked with director James Cameron to produce 3 of the 4 highest-grossing films of all time, Titanic, Avatar, and Avatar: The Way of Water. Landau is also being remembered for producing such movies as Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Die Hard 2, and Alita: Battle Angel. Tennis player Vic Seixas died July 5, 2024 at the age of 100. He was a tennis champion in the 1950s and 60s, including winning the men's singles title at Wimbledon in 1953. He is being remembered as a 15-time Grand Slam champion who also competed in doubles and mixed doubles. Seixas was a U.S. Army Air Corps veteran of World War II who served as a test pilot. Actress Joan Benedict died June 24, 2024 in Los Angeles. She died of a stroke at the age of 96. She was known for TV shows like Candid Camera, Days of Our Lives, and General Hospital. Benedict is also being remembered for her one-woman shows, Leona and The Loves of My Life, and for her marriage to the late actor Rod Steiger. Former Senator Jim Inhofe died July 9, 2024, of complications from a stroke at the age of 89. He represented Oklahoma in the U.S. Senate from 1994 until his retirement just last year, known for his conservative views. He is also being remembered for serving as the mayor of Tulsa and for representing Oklahoma's 1st District in the U.S. House of Representatives. Inhofe was a U.S. Army veteran who served in the 1950s. Singer Joe Bonsall died July 9, 2024 in Hendersonville, Tennessee. He died of ALS at the age of 76. He spent 50 years as a member of the Oak Ridge Boys, known for country music hits like Elvira and Bobby Sue. Bonsall is being remembered as a member of the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Grand Ole Opry, as well as the author of 11 books. Singer and songwriter Joe Egan died July 6, 2024 at the age of 77. He was a co-founder of Steelers Wheel along with Jerry Rafferty, and they had a classic hit in 1973 with Stuck in the Middle with You. He co-wrote the song and shared lead vocals with Rafferty. Egan is also being remembered for his solo career, including the album Out of Nowhere. Actress Pat Colbert died June 23, 2024, at her home in Compton, California, at the age of 77. She was a regular on the hit TV show Dallas, playing Dora May, host of the Oil Barons Club. Colbert is also being remembered for her performances in movies and TV shows like Leonard Part 6, The Fall Guy, and Knots Landing. Carol Bongiovi died July 9, 2024, at a New Jersey hospital at the age of 83. She was the mother of rocker Jon Bonsall, and she was a beloved part of the Bon Jovi fan community as the founder of the band's fan club who organized special events. She is being remembered for encouraging her son to perform and helping inspire his song Story of Love. Bonjovi was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who joined the service in 1959. Astronaut Joe Engle died July 10, 2024, at the age of 91. He earned his astronaut's wings flying the X-15 experimental spaceplane in the 1960s. He was the last of the 12 pilots who flew the X-15 to survive. He is also being remembered for flying missions as commander of the space shuttles Enterprise and Columbia, becoming the first person to fly 2 different winged vehicles into space. Engle was a U.S. Air Force veteran who served for nearly 30 years before his retirement as Major General. Comic book artist Michael Zulli died July 8, 2024, at the age of 71. He was one of the artists for Neil Gaiman's comic book The Sandman, which was adapted into a recent Netflix series. Zulli is also being remembered for his artwork for such comics as Swamp Thing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Puma Blues. Actor Benji Gregory died June 13, 2024, in Peoria, Arizona, at the age of 46. His death was announced this week. He starred on the 80s sitcom Alf, playing the young Brian Tanner. He is also being remembered for his appearances on TV shows like Punky Brewster, Pound Puppies, and Murphy Brown. Gregory was a U.S. Navy veteran who served from 2003 to 2005. Actress Shelley Duvall died July 11, 2024, at her home in Blanco, Texas. She died of complications from diabetes at the age of 75. She became a horror movie icon in The Shining and starred in movies like Annie Hall and Roxanne and on TV in Faerie Tale Theatre. Duvall is also being remembered for her work in the films of Robert Altman, including Nashville, Popeye, and Three Women. Have you ever wondered how our team at Legacy creates our weekly Deaths in the News videos? Go behind the scenes with me, Linnea, and the rest of the team in our new video, in which we answer some of your frequently asked questions. In addition to featuring current deaths in the news, Legacy.com also honors the lives and legacies of notable people who died in the past. Here are some of this week's anniversaries. 5 years ago this week, actor Rip Torn died at the age of 88. He was known for roles in the Men in Black series, The Larry Sanders Show, and many more. 20 years ago this week, actress Isabelle Sanford died at the age of 86. She played Louise Wheezy Jefferson for years on All in the Family and its hit spin-off, The Jeffersons. 30 years ago this week, actor Dick Sargent died at the age of 64. He was the second actor to play Darren Stevens on Bewitched, and he starred in movies like Operation Petticoat and The Ghost in Mr. Chicken. 35 years ago this week, voice actor Mel Blank died at the age of 81. He was the voice of dozens of classic cartoon characters, including Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, Barney Rubble, and Daffy Duck. 45 years ago this week, singer Minnie Ripperton died at the age of 31. She had a #1 hit with Lovin' You, and she was the mother of actress and comedian Maya Rudolph. Actor and comedian Charlie Murphy was born 65 years ago this week. He died in April 2017 at the age of 57. The older brother of comedian Eddie Murphy, he was known for his hilarious appearances on Chappelle's Show. Musician Sandy West was born 65 years ago this week. She died in October 2006 at the age of 47. She was the drummer for the pioneering all-female rock band The Runaways, known for songs like Cherry Bomb. Actor and comedian Marty Feldman was born 90 years ago this week. He died in December 1982 at the age of 48. He was unforgettable in films like Young Frankenstein and Silent Movie. Actress Brett Somers was born 100 years ago this week. She died in September 2007 at the age of 83. She was a star of The Odd Couple and a regular panelist on Match Game. Musician Mary Ford was born 100 years ago this week. She died in September 1977 at the age of 53. With her husband, Les Paul, she had hits like How High the Moon and Vaya con Dios. Every week in the United States, flags are lowered to half-staff to honor the lives of Americans whose communities are mourning their loss. Here are the most recent half-staff memorial flag honors. Flags in Oklahoma have been lowered to honor the memory of former U.S. Senator Jim Inhofe. Flags in Ohio have been lowered to honor the memory of Cleveland police officer Jameson Ritter, who died in the line of duty. Flags in Delaware have been lowered to honor the memory of former state senator Dorinda "Dory" Connor. You can read more about the lives of the people featured in this video on Legacy.com. At Legacy.com, any family can publish an obituary in honor of a loved one's memory, online and in local newspapers everywhere. Just visit Legacy.com and select your local community. You can also follow Legacy.com on Facebook and subscribe to our channel here on YouTube to stay up to date on national news deaths.